the other obvious big major investment that you have that isn't reflected in this image right here is your real estate, right? Your mortgage and your uh yeah, paying down your mortgage now. I also I'm ready to talk about, like, we can definitely talk about that. I also have your spreadsheet up and open that has your personal P&L if you also want to go through that before we transition to your uh mortgage conversation and your real estate discussion.
Yeah, I mean, you can show personal P&L. It's pretty much the pie chart we just went through. Um,
Yeah, I'll
if
share
not, we
that.
can go to the balance sheet. That one works too,
Yeah, let
because
me
that one has,
yeah, let me open this up here and
but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, up to you, whatever. So right now, again, these numbers that I'm sharing here, um,
Hmm.
on the spending breakdown, again, were the numbers that might be a little bit small. Let me see if I can try not to mess up any of the other things I have
Oh,
going on my computer. But anyway,
yeah,
these
so
numbers are what that was broken down into. We can go into the personal about like the balance sheet if you'd like as well.
yeah, so I think that was the chart area, and
Yep.
honestly, the if you have the chart up, the one key takeaway that anyone that's listening, um, I this is how I manage my money before I spend it. So it was really funny when David, you asked me to tell you what I actually spent, and I compared it to kind of like I pulled the roll from Mint, and it
Yep.
pretty much lined up. Like one month's a little bit higher, one month's a little bit lower. But what I do is I have at this point like 7 bank accounts, and all of this money goes different locations every paycheck because what I do is fifth grade math, but it requires a PhD in psychology to stick to it. If all of this money went into one checking account every month or every paycheck, I would not I would not be able to do what I do. So
So so if you have so many bank accounts, do you have any favorite bank accounts? Any favorite banks you work with? Anything that's, you would recommend based off that, or you just have different, when you say different bank accounts, is it all with the same bank, or do you have um different actual banks you are working with as well?
yeah, there's different banks. So Wells Fargo is my operating account. They hold my mortgage. That is where I bank mostly. I don't have any money in Wells Fargo. So if you're gonna try to hack them, the best that you can do is pay my mortgage for me. It's an operating account.
Yeah,
So I keep
yeah.
very little money in there, and that's it. It's what I pay off, you know, gas, groceries, utilities, very little money in there.
Hmm.
And what goes in there immediately comes out. So every paycheck, you'll have half the mortgage payment, and then the next month, as soon as the other half comes in, oh, I'm on bi-weekly mortgage payments too. So actually,
Oh,
every
wow.
paycheck you get half a mortgage payment, and then it goes immediately out the next Monday. So
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. That is that anti-budget situation that you're talking about, though, right? So in real
yeah,
time, really,
literally,
um, which is
literally, I
fascinating.
just don't think about it. Money
Yeah,
goes in, money goes out. I know what I'm spending, I know what I'm going, and then the very little amount, the $600 that goes into my checking account, that's what I have fun with. That's what
that's
I'm
your
like,
play
okay,
money. Yeah.
yeah, I can go get a smoothie, or get a really nice smoothie, or
Get it
in
really
Miami
nice.
get one cocktail at a bar. That's $600. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You pay cover at live or something that, is that's your exactly. We have your
Mhm.
personal P&L statement for the year, which is awesome, and you have your monthly broken down into it, which is again what was um, shown here. I'm gonna take that off so everybody sees it. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, is there something specific that you wanted to go into here? We have your personal balance sheet for as of February 2021. And
Yep.
then, yeah, do you want to talk about any of these? We also have your mortgage here. We have a lot
So
of information here, so whatever you want to walk us through here, feel free.
so let's talk about the personal P&L a little bit, because there's a couple of expenses in here that didn't make the pie chart just because of how, I guess, how tiny they are.
Okay.
And also because I didn't take vacations this past year. So the bottom of the list is usually like I'll share this spreadsheet with people in a different version of it so they can do it themselves. Basically, what I do is I take my paycheck, I take out the taxes just the way that this is going. And then the top half here after spending cash, those are all paycheck deductions. So medical, dental, vision, 401k, HSA, Roth, um, and it stops there. Those are all paycheck deductions. So if you sum up the annual balance up until, that's $6,000 from Roth, that leaves me $44,000 for life, right? Then I decide what I want to do with it. That's where your kind of life begins, and I divide it up at the beginning of the year exactly how you're seeing. So I know I want, almost $20,000 in savings at the end of the year. I know miscellaneous shopping $1,700, and I know my car insurance is going to be about $1,500 for the year. I know my internet bill really cheap. We're on a promo. $15 was my half.
Nice.
I know my electric bill, right? In this situation, I was already living in this place for a year. So I literally took 12 months worth of electric bills and averaged it out. And I was like, okay, I know this is what's going to be reality. So let's put that in. And I know some months it'll be higher or lower.
Yep.
Um, Oil changes aren't a surprise, people. Like, when you're going to hit 5,000 miles, put them in your budget.
Yep.
And the bottom ones, everyone always calls that the Christmas present. I'm like, why wouldn't you budget for Christmas presents? It's the same day every year. You know it's coming. You know how much you spend every year.
Yep.
Um, why don't you just put away $50 a month, and by the time Christmas rolls around, you're not worried about it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a surprise expense that, you weren't holding, you weren't planning for. Um, it's
Yeah.
just right there. Totally. Totally.
So that's it. And vacations, the vacation budget is light. If anyone, I mean, you follow me on Instagram, you're like, there's no way he spends $2,600 on vacation. Yes, yes, I do.
Yep.
Consulting is very nice because you get a lot of points to go places because we're usually traveling for work.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Huge
another
benefit.
perk of the job. Yeah.
Huge benefit. Huge benefit. I'll say you definitely are 20 bucks a month for going out. That's more, is that for the drinks, or is that cover? Is that everything?
I'm going to be honest with you. So that line actually was for dates with a previous, like with an ex,
Nice.
and she just didn't really, like to spend money on dates. So we would do other stuff like it was like vacation and whatever. That's tailored down to her expectations, but now it's probably part of the miscellaneous. Like if I'm going out or if I'm taking someone out, like I'm not really looking at it. It's part of the miscellaneous, and we're rolling with it.
Gotcha. Totally. Totally. Yeah. And I'd also assume during the pandemic over the last year, it's been probably pretty low anyway. But, I was just like, to keep 20 bucks a month going out is definitely just like, well, damn. That's
Yeah,
like,
no, that was
yeah, 20 bucks, like like, just again, that's just cover most, like, some places. So,
yeah, no, that it was specifically for like dates. So you go like, you know, ice cream or whatever.
right,
Not going.
right, right, right. And then we have the personal balance sheet as well, who, if you want to talk through any of this, we kind of, you do have a little gambling line item here with crypto. Um,
I think this is what got me out of the gambling. So 2017, I honestly, all of 2017, I wanted to buy some Ripple, and I don't think, and if you remember, 2017 is when everything just kind of like skyrocketed in December.
yeah,
So as soon as that started happening, I was like, well, now's the time to buy. So I'm in at Ripple for a value of 1,200. I think my average price was $1.80. So I'm down there, but I'm not going to let my paper losses turn into real losses. So I'm holding it.
nice. Let me see what the XRP price is. Not to,
It's like 55, 56.
uh, oh no, you're at 60. You're at 60 cents. You got
Oh,
this.
it's up.
Yeah.
Nice. Going back up there. So yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I can see how that's a little bit scarring. Um, Definitely. But
Yeah.
yeah, that, I mean, what a time to buy, you know. Um, and then yeah, so now home stuff, right? So your
Well,
search, you're just sit.
so,
Oh yeah, unless there was something else you want to talk about before we go to that.
so yes, people, look, I no debt.
Yeah,
That is the thing that I want to point out about this is I'm very anti-debt. If I can't afford it in cash, then I can't afford it. Um, the only reason that I have LASIK surgery on there is because it was 0% interest for 2 years. So I could afford it in cash. The money is in the HSA, as you see, it's like 4 grand in there. But in my mind, if I can defer that for 2 years and slowly bleed it as I'm building it up while it's earning returns in the market,
right.
why would I? Why? It's free money. I can make my money work for me.
Because it was zero
Um,
percent, is what you're saying. It was
zero
zero
percent
percent.
interest.
Yeah, interest. Yeah,
So so
totally.
I and I automated that too. So I have a transfer going from my HSA to auto pay that credit card every month. Um, so I don't even think about it. Like that's just on autopilot. All
Nice,
of this is on autopilot. I don't touch any of it really.
nice. No, that's good.
All of my bills are
It's
auto
great.
paid. It's great. The only thing I do actively monitor is my credit card because I'll put everything on a credit card and then pay it off every 2 weeks.
Every
And if
two
I put
weeks.
that on auto pay, yeah,
Nice.
well, just to stay on top of it. I
I
really,
I
yeah.
asked just because like yeah, typically it's just like every month. So yeah, every 2 weeks is just like yeah. So you have your mortgage and your credit card payment set to pay every 2 weeks to be literally the same as your paycheck. So it's like
Mhm.
literally, cash comes in, cash goes out. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, very
But
cool.
also if I don't look at it every 2 weeks, then I'll overspend, right? Because then I won't know. But if I look at it in 2 weeks and I'm like, oh, the past 2 weeks I spent 350, I only have another 150 to spend the next 2 weeks, gotta adjust.
Yeah, fascinating.